Jacksonville Jaguars. What grade they get? Well, not even what grade. Are they getting the pot of gold? Are they getting the coal?
See, I'm an optimistic guy, and I felt like I was doing gold for a lot of people. And I am going to give gold to Jacksonville because they pick up Shaq Griffin. You got Carlos Hyde coming in, Marvin Jones, Malcolm Brown. They're going to be drafting Trevor Lawrence. I know that wasn't the free agency move, but they're bringing in guys. You've got Urban Meyer. You're trying to build a different culture because when you got guys like Jalen Ramsey saying, the best day of my life was when I got released from Jacksonville. You got Yannick Ngakoue heading out of there. You just got guys that you literally went from Saxonville to the first overall pick in Trevor Lawrence in a matter of seasons. When you're bringing in a guy like Shaq Griffin, who's one of the quicker corners who can actually cover pretty well in the NFL. I think he's a respectable guy. He's one of my favorite corners to watch. Carlos Hyde might not be able to stay extremely healthy, but you're bringing in, here we go again, we're bringing in a lot of potential for Jacksonville. So if they do fall short, you can't say that they didn't have at least B players because looking at these guys, I think those are at least all B players. Trevor Lawrence is an A+ in everybody's eyes because he's going to be the #1 overall pick. I'm going to give gold to Jacksonville because they're trying to push for players. They're at least reaching out to potential. They're not signing guys as, practice squad and, no offense to these guys, but, Des Bryant's and Jimmy Graham's of the world. No, they're signing guys that have been in the league, have been still putting up numbers, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to give gold to them.
I mean, I agree with you on that one. I'm actually going to give Jacksonville gold just for the same reasons. They picked up Marvin Jones. I mean, you got a very formidable weapon at wide receiver. You also have D.D. Westbrook, DJ Shark, and Chenault, who you drafted last year.
That's a really underrated receiving core. Really got underrated.
Very decent weapons at wide receiver. They're bringing in Trevor Lawrence. You got the new head coach in Urban Meyer, who should be a savant as far as picking up talent in the NFL draft.
Most cap space.
You got all these guys, and then you added 4 interior defensive linemen.
Golly.
You picked up Malcolm Brown, Jahai Ward, Tyson Alualu, and Roy Robertson Harrison from Chicago. Then you picked up 2 more corners and 2 safeties. So, they're really building before they get to the draft. And the fact that they were 1-15 last year, they're playing with house money.
Literally.
If this team wins 4 games,
beat the Colts and did not give a damn afterwards.
They came way up. So, I think it's definitely gold. This is the makings of them actually building something, not for next year, but maybe for year 2 or 3.
Exactly.
They'll start to really be in the picture. Urban Meyer has time to play with.
Exactly.
They don't have to be good next year.
Right.
But they won't be a 1-win football team.
Nah.
The
I see at least 5 or 6.
Jaguars will be okay. You won't be able to look at them and be like, oh, we'll trash them.
Right.
It's kind of going to look like what you saw last year with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right.
You normally expect to beat them, but you're like, whoa, they're actually not bad. They got a decent receiving core, pretty good running back,
Joe Burrow,
rookie quarterback, new coach.
Yep.
They look pretty decent. That's going to look good in a year or 2. I think that's where Jacksonville is right now. Their free agency signings have been very good for them.
Yeah.
Fruitful.
I agree. I totally agree with you, brother.